All right, so you've started this breath journey with me, and I've told you a little bit about the Bolt score. The Bolt score is a kind of little test that I'd like you to do, if possible, every morning. The reason for that is because the Bolt score is probably the most effective way of measuring where you are with your breath, where you are with being a functional breather as opposed to a dysfunctional breather. It's a good way for me to gauge your tolerance to exercise, meaning your fitness, which is very useful in many things, including your anxiety level. So it also helps me figure out your propension to being breathless. Lots of things that I get out of understanding where you're at with your Bolt score. And your Bolt score will change. It will change with training your breath and improve, but it also might drop depending on where you are internally. So your biochemistry, whether you're anxious, if you're a woman, your chemistry changes during your menstrual cycle. So there are moments where your Bolt score might drop a little bit, and that's why it's super important for me to have an overview of what's going on with your Bolt score. And so a daily measure is ideal, because if there is a little bit of a drop, then I know that it's really not part, it's just part of what's going on within your day. And so to be able to measure it well and to have a data that I can compare, the ideal is to do it at a moment where you'll always be in the same state. And that's why upon waking, first thing in the morning, you're in your bed, you open your eyes, you do your Bolt score. Is the best way, because you're still calm from having rested all night. There is no stresses yet. And so you're able to measure your Bolt score in a way that's going to be roughly the same, depending on what's going on internally in your body as well. Right, so how do you do your Bolt score? Super easy. You're gonna inhale through your nose, as you would normally breathe. You're gonna exhale through your nose, as you would normally breathe. So normal inhale, normal exhale through your nose. At the end of your exhale, you're gonna stop breathing, whether you block your nose to avoid having air coming in and out, or whether you just do it as is. That's up to you. I would recommend, if you're not used to it, to just block your nose, pinch it. And so hold your breath until you start feeling the urge to breathe. And you're going to count between the breath hold and the first breath again, how many seconds that is. Okay, so breathing in, breathing out, normal breath, holding your breath, starting your stopwatch or whatever it is that you're doing at the same time as you hold your breath. And as soon as you feel the first urge to breathe, the goal here is not to push, it's just to be gentle and to count, really. So as soon as you feel that first urge to breathe, release your nose, stop your stopwatch, and you have your score. Okay, so now talking about the results. The higher the Bolt score, the fitter you are, the healthier you are, the better your breathing pattern is usually, right? So it allows me to know where you're at. If you're under 20, you are definitely a dysfunctional breather. If you're over 20, you are more on the healthy range, and the goal is to reach at least 40, which is the optimal breath holding your Bolt score, to know that you're really at the height of your health, of your well-being in terms of your breathing patterns and all that it brings with it. So generally that includes higher resilience to stress. If you tend to have painful periods, it helps release that a little bit. It reduces the symptoms of asthma. There's many things that it allows you to do, improving your digestion, improving your sleep, etc. All right, so the optimum is 40 seconds and more. So that's our goal. Now, when you do the test, when you take your Bolt score, please do not push, do not try to change it. We are here to improve. So it's really just note where you are. No judgment, no expectations. Let's just be curious about where we're at. And I can promise you, if you're under 10, you'll get to 20 in 3 to 4 weeks. Now it takes a bit longer to get to 40, about 6 months, but it is absolutely doable, and all we'll need to do is practice your breath. But that's a good way for me to understand where you're at with your functionality, and how functional, really, how well your pattern of breathing is happening. All right, I hope that's clear, and I will keep an eye out on your bolt score. Definitely we'll review it weekly when we meet. And yeah, I can't wait to see your results. Again, do not stress, do not panic if your bolt score is low. It also depends on where you're at with your mind, with your emotions, in your body. It also depends on generally your health, your well-being, and it can all be improved upon, all of it. So no stress, just noting, just being curious and starting to work towards a goal. All right, thanks a lot. I can't wait to talk to you again and to see where you're at. Good luck!